Welcome back to Footballing with Ben Roethlisberger. I am Ben Roethlisberger. He is Spence, and we are 1-0.
Hey.
This is where we are at. This is our first regular season show. Let's get it going.
It feels good. It's Victory Tuesday. When does Victory Monday? I mean, that's a week-long holiday, Victory Monday.
Usually when I was there, Coach would do it after like the halfway point of the season. Once you got to like the 7 or 8 wins, then you'd get Monday off.
You're not allowed to celebrate until then.
Well, no, you just don't get Monday off.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, like every good footballing episode, let's start this with a beverage. Today, our beers, they're all going to be from the brewery Lagunitas.
Lagunitas?
Little Lagunitas takeover. If that sounds familiar, because if you've been drinking craft beer for any amount of time, you have had the Lagunitas IPA. It is the one with the huge IPA all around the label. I feel like it was one of the first IPAs in the craft beer game.
So we're just going IPA today.
It's all IPA, but
I need some water.
Yeah, I did not give you any of that IPA I'm talking about. Those I left in your fridge there. They are chilling for future enjoyment.
Oh, the big, I see it now. Yeah.
You've seen that, right?
Yeah, now that I wasn't sure what you're talking about, but now I get it.
You remember when craft beer came on the scene, you remember Magic Hat number 9?
Remember the name? I don't remember. I couldn't tell you anything about it.
I felt like that beer was everywhere for forever, and now I don't know the last time I've even seen it.
I was not a big IPA guy for a long time, but
I don't think Magic Hat was IPA. Grown. But anyway, this one is called.
I should say craft beers. I wasn't a crafty beer guy, but
that was it was kind of like a.
Maybe it wasn't craft beer. I don't know
what it was, but it was delicious.
That's what I don't know.
This
it smells good.
Yeah, I think we've done this before on the show. This is Lagunitas, a little something something. It's smooth and silky IPA, and it's 7.5%.
A little something something.
It's a little something something.
7.5.
Yeah, that's the lowest. That's the lowest one today.
Well, welcome to week 1. Welcome to week 1.
Baptized by fire here.
All right. Smells good.
It's supposed to be smooth and silky.
I don't know what silky tastes like, but it's pretty good. It's pretty smooth.
Yeah. Just a little something something.
Yeah, just a little something something. That's good. I like that. That's not super. It's got to be low IBUs.
It's not bitter.
It's not crazy bitter.
I don't know. Probably.
It almost like could confuse you that it's not an IPA.
Really?
Potentially.
That's the danger.
It's good.
There you go.
As usual, I'll do one more little.
Just to double check.
Just a little to make sure I still like it. Do we have is there a camera for it?
We did. Well, we have a food cam today, not a beer cam.
We do.
Yeah. So that's all the way up in the chicka.
Of course we do.
There you go. A little something, something.
Okay.
Just a little something, something. Which I think it's great. It's a great way to celebrate being 1-0.
Agreed. 1-0. Congratulations. We are 1-0. Oh, you mean the Steelers? I thought you meant our pick'ems.
Well, yeah.
Our pick'ems are 1-0 too, as well.
And I'll say this, dude. We're gonna obviously we're gonna break down that game in detail here in a moment. But I went and Julian cut a clip of your prediction for the Jets game that we put out on the social media channels, and it was pretty spot on, dude. Outside of obviously the defense didn't perform the way that we anticipated, but
was it? See, I felt like I was nervous because I thought not nervous because I remember talking about I thought the offense would sputter a little bit, but they went down and scored the opening like they did go score. Now they had to convert some big third downs. There was some ugly sack, like when the first sack, which maybe was the first play of the game. I don't remember, but I was like, oh boy. Oh boy. But we'll talk about that Steeler game because we want to dive into that in more in depth. I want to get to that later. So
right now we're going to look at every other team in the league because week 1.
Not every other team.
No, just the winners. Right? We're going to do 7's top 7 week 1 winners. The ones, the players / and or teams that you feel in week 1 came out on top, smelling like a rose.
Yeah, and I think this is going to be the week 1. Again, we're not that show that does like overreactions, underreactions, because that's just ridiculous. But I am going to take this from like a 30,000 foot view in a sense because I didn't like watch every game.
Sure,
I was in even during the Steeler game. I was watching on my phone while my son's playing golf. Like so, I didn't even get to dive into the game and watch in depth on it. So this is going to be one of those. Okay. Not necessarily box scores, but just things I saw, noticed. They may be week 1 top 7 things, and next week if we do a bottom 7, the same thing might be in the bottom, right? It's just so this is and I may miss some in here. This is just my quick overview of what I saw and where I'm like, okay, this could be something. Some of these are going to be like potentials, and there's a couple in here that are like, duh.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So let's just get into it in a sort of order. Okay. But you could flip-flop a couple here. My number 7, top 7, week 1, exciting things, if you will. I kind of have a twofer here because I couldn't decide which one was going to go in. And we had to do 8, so we had to do 7. And it comes from the same game. It comes from last night's Bears-Vikings game, which I only watched barely into the first half because Daddy was tired and went to bed. Caleb in the offense may be very good. Caleb Williams. I know. Looking at the stats, when I looked at the back end of it, it wasn't as accurate as he started. He started the game, I think 9 for 9 or 10 for 10, something pretty accurate. But it's that Ben Johnson offense we talked about, spreading the ball around. Guys were open. They looked really good. Now I know they lost the game, but again, this is one of those things that Caleb in the offense may be very good. Okay, let's keep an eye on that as we move forward before we play them. Okay. I will say this quickly about that, and I don't want to miss this as we move forward because we do play the Bears. I know I'm talking fast. Sorry. I'll slow down. The Bears and that new offense is a lot of the Chiefs kind of double cadence stuff, right? So it's designed to get some to show the defense, right? So what I mean by double cadence is a typical cadence would be like color number, set hut. So blue 20, set hut, ball snapped. When you do a double cadence, you go blue 20, blue 20, you double it, right? And basically it's just the defense maybe doesn't know you're going to do it. Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs do it as well as anybody. Aaron's doing it. The Lions did a lot last year, Jared Goff, and it's just to, again, show blitz, declare, maybe you snap it, maybe you don't, you draw them off sides. There's a lot of reasoning behind it. But I think it's a new thing for the Bears because Ben Johnson brought it in. You noticed a lot of penalties last night on the offside, false starts by the O-line. A lot of that comes from that double, them getting used to that double kind of cadence. So something to keep an eye on as we move forward. My other 7 is Kennel O'Connell. Kevin O'Connell is very good.
Yes.
What he did last year with Sam Darnold and what he's doing with J.J. McCarthy. I think J.J. is a good quarterback, but it's still young. We've got to see. But that Vikings team is they got a lot of weapons. It's going to be something to watch for. So Kevin O'Connell, great job with J.J. J.J. may end up being a decent player. Let's keep an eye on that. Number 6, the wide receivers for Tampa are going to make that team really dangerous. Obviously, Baker can do what he does, but obviously, we all know that the Hall of Famer is going to be Mike Evans is going to be a Hall of Famer. And I don't even know how to say the guy's name from Ohio State. The
rookie.
The rookie.
Yeah,
they had I think 2 touchdowns. Sterling Shepard's there. I mean, they're just going to have a chance to be really good offensively. So let's keep an eye on the wide receivers and the skill guys for Tampa. Number 5 from one of the first games of the year, if not the first, Justin Herbert upsetting the Kansas City Chiefs. I would not panic if I was the Chiefs, but what I would say, and my number 5 is Justin Herbert and that Chiefs team. I mean, that Chargers team. Could be something to watch. I've always liked Justin Herbert. I always thought he was a really good quarterback. It looks like something's starting to click there, and there could be that ball could start rolling. Which again, I think we're out there too. So something to keep an eye on. Number 4, the Baltimore Ravens are very good. Okay, yes, they lost. They are they might have the best roster in the NFL. Okay, and this is looking from 30,000. I not looking at it super close. From top to bottom, they are very good, and they are going to be very dangerous. Again, I know they lost, but the Ravens are going to be good.
I forgot they had D-Hop and Jair Alexander.
Yes, they are going to be good.
Yeah.
Again, the turning point is a fumble, just like in the Steelers-Jets game we'll talk about.
Yeah.
Anytime you turn the ball over, it's a killer.
I will say, your list so far is not bringing me any comfort as a Steelers.
But I know, I realize that. As I'm looking through, it's like, gosh, we're playing a lot of these guys.
Yeah, but continue, please.
Okay. Number 3, the Packers, which I know I talked about on this team, are going to be good. And their defense is going to be good. Okay? Michael Parsons is just getting started. That defense is just getting started. I know I praised Jordan Love on this show. His stats weren't mind-blowing, but he didn't have to do a lot. He did enough, and I feel like there were a lot of times they had a nice lead going into halftime, I think, and coming out in the second half. It felt a little bit like I think they ran it 3 straight downs, punted. Like it didn't look like they were in full attack mode the whole time.
Sure.
Which I think they have. So something to keep your eye on, the Packers and their defense. Number 2 in my top 7, Aaron Rodgers. Defying the sands of time. No. We will dive into that, obviously, a lot more as we get into the game. But that's my number 2 on things to be excited about for the season.
Enough said in that one. Yep.
Done. Number 1, all I have written here is Josh Allen equals beast. So, yeah, we talked about the Ravens and how good they are. And you're like, well, they lost. Well, yeah, they lost. But I'll say this, Josh Allen and I only watched, I think, the first half of that game too because Daddy was tired. And I was like, boy, Josh doesn't look like Josh of usual. Like he just doesn't doing the extra stuff, and you're like, boy, now what's going on. And then you wake up and you see what happened. And you're like, like the Ravens are that good, and Josh just said, you know what? And again, it comes down to a big fumble though. They scored 2 touchdowns in like 90 seconds, which the Steelers did too. If that turnover doesn't happen, the game could be completely different. He doesn't maybe get the chance to do it. So, but anyway, that's my number 1, Josh Allen. Keep an eye out for him. Everyone wanted to see how he was going to follow up his MVP season, getting married, all the stuff off season. Is he still focused? He's pretty darn good. Yeah, man.
He looked. I remember texting our group chat. He looked in the fourth quarter like somebody who is willing a Super Bowl.
Well, did you see the special that they did before? Was it before that game? Yeah, before the game that our good friend Jim Kelly narrated for Marv Levy's, who's the coach of the Bills for a long time, for all those Super Bowls they didn't win. I think he just turned 100 or something.
Really?
And they did a little thing for him and did a special on him and this, that, and the other. And he was like, all I want to see is the Bills win a Super Bowl.
Jeez.
And so, yeah, they're going to be someone to watch. You can sit there and say, oh, their defense didn't look great. I agree. Or is it just the Ravens are that good on offense? So let's again, week 1, I guess you can call a lot of these overreactions too, but that's where I'm at.
I mean, I think it's tough because those look like just fair assessments of what we got to see. I will say this is probably the best week 1 of football that we've had in a few years. I don't remember.
There was some good stuff.
I don't remember a season starting off with this many like electrifying moments, and there's a lot to watch. One thing you mentioned that I thought was going to be a valuable asset to the organization is Kevin O'Connell's ability to develop their quarterback rather than go grab a seasoned guy. I think the long play with J.J. McCarthy is going to pay off. He didn't look great early, but the fact that he can come back and do what he did at the back half of that game against a Chicago team that is, I agree with you, is going to be offensively probably something to deal with. And by week 6, I think that tells a lot about that young man and that coaching staff. Also, when you make the Green Bay note, Green Bay, I think, is going to be phenomenal as well, as we said in previous episodes. But how much of that was due to the lack of coordinators? The coordinator lost in Detroit.
Yeah, it could be big. And Jared didn't play bad. Look at his numbers; they weren't bad. It's huge when you lose 2 guys like that. It's a big difference, and that's why I don't think the Lions should hit the panic button yet either. Nobody should hit panic or nobody should celebrate. Listen, every team that won thinks they're going to win the Super Bowl. Every team that lost thinks they're going to lose. So there's no reason to go one way or another. You got to stay completely neutral after these games. You maybe have a high of a day, but I still the Lions. It didn't seem as close as a game as I was watching some of it, but again, I wouldn't be concerned if I was them.
Yeah, the Lions did not look like the Lions of last year, I will say.
Yeah.
But again, week 1, part of the fun is thinking that we know who's going to be in the Super Bowl now.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's amazing. I will say, based off of the week 1 performances, I do think that the AFC takes the Super Bowl. I didn't see anything in NFC that I was like, oh, that's lethal. But I don't know, no, I'll stand on it. I didn't watch a whole lot of NFC games, but I'll stand on it.
Yeah. Okay.
NFC. Speaking of NFC, I will say the Cowboys surprised me.
What did they lost again?
Well, yeah, but they were fun to watch for the first time I think in forever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. When they were playing the Eagles, I was like, you guys look like a football team.
Yeah.
And it was fun trash talking with Bart.
Yeah.
This is the second one from Lagunitas. Okay. It's called The Beast of Both Worlds. All right. It's a bi-coastal IPA.
Huh.
You have New England. You have West Coast. This is
Just mix it
8%.
up.
It's a bi-coastal. This is Kansas. This is from Kansas.
Okay. Yeah, it tastes confusing
Really?
a little bit.
It's geographically confused.
It's not. It doesn't taste crazy. ABV or IBU. It's fine. It's good. I don't mind it. I mean, it's fine. I don't know that you could drink a lot of it.
What do you think they mean by bi-coastal? What do you think?
That's not what this show's about.
Yeah. But if you meet in the middle, you no longer have a coast. Is that like saying, oh, it's on the coast of Lake Erie?
Listen, that's like
Is it that?
Tupac and Biggie. Like,
you know what I'm saying?
What are we doing?
Peace. Unity.
That actually is pretty good.
See, it's growing on you.
It is, but it doesn't. Yeah, I can see where it doesn't taste like either one.
Okay.
I don't know.
It's at the Golden Gate Bridge, and
Cheers.
it looks like the Golden Gate Bridge and the.
You know who's a beast? Are we going to Steelers right now? Or are we not there yet?
Oh no, listen. This is why we're here. Let's go there. We're talking about
because I would like to start with, and because it probably doesn't get enough credit as we do this. And I'm going to start there. Because I say it because I don't want to leave it, but he should get a lot more credit. Maybe he does get enough credit. I don't know, but pay the man.
Oh man, yeah.
Chris Boswell.
What are we doing?
Like I was thinking to myself on that last drive, and I know I'm jumping way ahead of the game, guys, but on that last drive, because I want to start with Boz because he's a beast.
Mm-hmm.
On the last drive, I know they're like getting close. You see that field goal line on the TV, and you're like right on the teeter on it. And I don't know if that's like his like average or his long or kind of where they want you to be, but I'm like, man, we're like right there, and then we end up kind of losing a yard or two, and I'm like, man, like I have all the faith in the world in Boz, but I don't want him to have to kick a 70-some yarder to win it, because then it's like he could hit a great ball and it go to 70, or you know what I'm saying, like it could become 1 yard short, and it's like, man, you can't be mad at him for missing a 60-some yard field goal, right? So I'm like, just give Boz a chance to win this game. And then it was a 61 or 63?
60.
60?
Yeah.
Okay. Which I think is his new career long, I thought they said. I'm not positive. If I misspoke, I apologize. Either way, it was over 59, 60 yards. And it was probably good from 70, easily. And so to step up and nail that, it's like, you know what? That, as a quarterback, that gives you so much. The two things that you have that give you so much like comfort in a football game is a great defense, because when you screw up, they're gonna pick you up, which I've had many times, and a great kicker. Because if you know that and I've had both, good ones and bad ones, where you know that, okay, I just got to get it somewhere near the 40, 45, and he's gonna make it. And I've had ones where like I got to get to the 20, and so you might have longer, but you just don't know if it's gonna be accurate. With Boz, that is so reassuring to know that let's just get to this spot.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm starting this thing off with Chris Boswell. The Steelers are gonna, you might want to pay him now because it's gonna be a lot cheaper than waiting to the end of the year. But Boz, we love you. Great job. I know you would do the same as me. I did it when I was a quarterback. I owe it all to Danny Smith. So I know you would say the same thing. So Danny Smith, great job. Way to coach Boz up and just let him go golfing whenever he wants, I guess. Either way. Anyway, so that's where I want to start this game with.
Boz has Monday off, right? Surely.
Boz has every day off, let's be honest. Boz just got to be it. Hey, Boz, what time we playing next week? Okay, you're going to be there I'll see you then. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. I don't know. Okay. Do you want to ask? Are you going to ask anything? How do you want to start this?
Yeah,
there's a lot of places we could go.
Yeah, we'll go there. Just on the Boz note, that's insane to me that they wouldn't get that deal done beforehand.
Yeah.
After that performance, it feels like the defense should just chip in. Just whatever, just pay 10%. And so let's jump to the beginning of the game, because there's a couple things that stood out to me. Obviously, we get to see Justin Fields first. Let's start on the other side of the ball and weigh in on Justin Fields' performance and his new team.
Yeah, I mean, Justin was hurt, obviously, in the preseason a little bit. Didn't get a lot of playing time. Weren't really sure what we were going to see. We got to see a lot last year. Guy that can do a lot of things. Obviously can throw the ball well, has really great mobility. And they came out and just ran the ball right down our throats. And it wasn't like it was tough yards. It looked like it was just holes. Now, it does benefit your run game to have a running quarterback, right? Because you can run the read option and the end. That's how you neutralize an end, and you got great ones in Alex and TJ. They have to respect the quarterback, and so they can't just crash and take these things. And so early on, I was thinking to myself, like, oh my goodness, like, okay, this, like the first series, I think I was kind of like, man, let's just let them get their legs under them and get used to it. But then it just kind of it felt like it kept happening. And I think at one point, the Jets scored on all 4 or 5 possessions in the first half, and you're like, what are we doing here? Yeah, like we paid this defense a lot of money, and again, it was. And when Justin threw that touchdown pass, which was an absolute dime or dot or whatever the kids call it nowadays, might be a new word by now, spectacular throw. I mean, right on the money, so good. He looked really good. I think if you're a Jets fan, you're thinking, we might have something here. And I think you should be excited. Crazy numbers, 16 to 22, 218, 1 touchdown, average almost 10 a pass, which is really good. I just think that there's something there, but it did make me nervous at the beginning of the game. Yeah. His play, I thought he played really well, to be honest. Yeah, how much of that is just a brand new Jets team that is something that is also going to be something to watch out for, or just the defensive inadequacies in our end? Because one thing I think JJ, who's calling the game, which I thought did a great job. I thought he did a good job too. Yeah. I don't know why they kept going to pictures of the booth, though. Yeah. And he looks like a giant. It's like, why do they keep doing that? Like the cover of Twins. Down, do something. It looked like Twins. Hilarious. But yeah, I thought JJ did a great job. Yeah, so he had mentioned something, and I didn't take the time to look this up, so forgive me if this is inaccurate, but he had mentioned that in one of Justin's pre-game interviews, he was talking about going up against his former team, and he had mentioned that he knows them better than he had mentioned that Justin said that he knows the defense better than what the defense knows they're going to do, because Pittsburgh stays in the same philosophy. They only do it one way. How much of the defensive struggles do you think are week 1 jitters, game plan issues, or just stuck in the Pittsburgh mentality? I don't know, but that's not the first time we've heard that. Yeah, I know. We've heard it a few times that the defense for the Steelers is easy to understand, easy to predict a little bit. You're not going to see a lot. Like, let's stand in our ways. I think that the interesting thing is that going into this season, the Steelers kind of, and I feel like it's been every offseason, so it's not like it's a new thing this year, but it's like, hey, listen, we need to focus this offseason on stopping the run and running the ball. I mean, I feel like that's, tales old as time, but neither one of those things were you successful with this week. You didn't stop the run real well, and you didn't run the ball real well. I don't know if you can sit there without sitting there watching it and watching what the coach is breaking down, the little nuances of the game, like, okay, so-and-so went the wrong way on this. There was a twist here. Or if it was just flat out, the Jets out-schemed them. Sure. I can't answer that. I'd be lying if I predicted one way or another. Either way, you can't, the other team rushed for 182 yards. That's not sitting well with Pittsburgh. I promise you that. For a team that for the longest time was like, we're not giving up a 100-yard rusher. Well, you did. You had one guy, and Justin ran for 48, and but the one guy ran for 107. Breece Hall ran for 107. Yeah. It's just not what you're happy about. Again, I'm outside looking in, as I'm just from a fan perspective here, asking that question about scheme and defensive philosophy, because it's not a lack of talent. When I look at our defense, on our defense, yes, what I mean, it's not a lack of talent. So the only thing that I can chalk it up to is either the schematics or week 1 jitters, because all of your stars got 0 snaps before today. Yeah, I mean, the other thing you can look at too, like, okay, I think Cam Hayward had 3 tackles. That seems really low for Cam. You know what I'm saying? Playing, not playing. I think, and I'm not going to sit there and say anybody looked old playing, but I think Benton 2 tackles. You know what I'm saying? Like your D line, what is it? How do you say it? Yaya? YA Black 2 tackles. I will say this: getting Derek Harmon back will be huge, right? Yes, you drafted him for that reason. So until your total team's out there, I wouldn't rush to judge on it. Listen, this is one of those games that, and we'll keep talking about the game, but at the end of the day, you're like, we didn't play as a defense. Like we stunk No, they may not be saying that. I don't know. They did give up 32 points, and
It wasn't pretty. I think they can acknowledge that.
I would think that they would. But at the end of the day, they got to win. And so I think you have to rest your head on that a little bit. Sure. Now, if we start seeing trends, 30 points, 150-yard rusher every week, you might say, listen, let's set a man in the mirror.
Yeah, no, 100%. And it's always hard for me, man, because leaving that game, I was super happy that we won. I love the proficiency in offense that seemed to have not been there for a long time.
Yeah.
And we can dive into that here in a second. But I just can't feel super comfortable when if they don't, when the win comes from situational circumstances, right? If the fumble doesn't happen, that doesn't happen.
Yeah, I don't.
If they just don't go for 2 and don't get it, it's a tie game with that. You know what I mean?
A lot of what ifs, but but you know, and there's, you can look at, okay, there were potential 2 picks at the end of the game that the Jets could have got.
Sure.
But that's the game before. You can what if this whole thing, right? You could what if, that twist should have won. You can't do that because the whole game would be that way.
Sure.
But I hear what you're saying. The biggest one to me is the fumble.
Yeah.
Fumbling on a kickoff return after they just scored and then them recovering it is gigantic. I mean, absolutely huge, because you put 14 on the board in a matter of minutes.
Yeah.
And really you had been struggling all day.
Yeah. Well, I think that's where I'm torn. I'm like, okay, the fact that we are able to turn that into 7 points, it reassures me.
That's
but
really
the
big.
fact that we needed something like that to win, to where we weren't so dominant that we didn't need these turnovers. Now, the fact that we can create it and capitalize on it, that gives me some solace in the offense. And like I said, the offense had a level of proficiency that we hadn't seen in a long time, and I think that was something that was reassuring. But it wasn't. I wouldn't call it dominant.
No, and that's why I'm kind of like looking, like I feel like I'm upgraded. I just have a computer here, it's just my phone.
You want this one? Right.
No, but I'm looking at like some of these, like some of the team stats, right? Like the Jets were 7 of 14 on third down. That's a win. We were 4 of 10.
Yeah.
They were 1 of 2 on fourth down. They had almost 400 yards of offense. Averaging 6.4 per play, like that. Those are things as you look back on it, you're like, well, they're 50% on offense. Like that's pretty good, So 182 yards rushing. We only had 53 yards rushing. I mean, so as a defense, there's definitely things you're gonna have to look back on and be like, now the good thing is, as I'm looking at team stats, 0 turnovers to 1.
Yes.
No turnovers are a big deal for the Steelers. So anyway, I don't have a lot more to say about the defense because I don't want to sit there and beat a dead horse or whatever, but we all know what the expectation level is. We know what they're getting paid. We know, Cam, congratulations to Cam for getting that thing done and being on the football field. But we're going to have to watch and see what's going on for next week. Obviously, we can preview next week as we move forward, see what happens. Come back home, always going to be a big deal. You play at home, you can anticipate snap counts, things like that. So, it's just not going to be one of those things, though, that we're going to be excited to see again next week if we're talking about the same sort of issues on defense.
Yeah, and I don't think we will be.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, I think getting that under your belt is gonna let you see some things. Some things that I loved that our offense was doing is, one, Aaron dropping 4 on your former team is just awesome. I mean, 4 touchdowns.
It's huge. Are you kidding me?
And I think too, like, we have had a conversation about wide receiver 2, and I think Aaron's ability to spread that ball out. I mean, I think everybody it was equal opportunity out there, but there were times, I think, where my hesitation comes from going all in on my excitement. And there were times when I was watching the offense, I'm like, oh, if we don't have a Hall of Fame quarterback, this is rough.
That would have been tough.
Yeah.
7 guys caught passes, and it was, Washington wasn't in there. I didn't, you don't have the Roman Wilson didn't catch a ball.
Yeah.
There were some guys that didn't, get involved that you would expect to get involved maybe.
Yeah.
Moving forward for spreading the ball around, but he spread the ball around. As we talk about the passing game, typically I'd say it starts up front with the protection. We're not going to go there yet because we just talked about the defense that struggled. We got a little negativity. Let's bring the positivity back.
Oh, nice.
The positivity. And the positive that I saw was Aaron Rodgers threw the ball. I mean, listen, his arm works just fine. He can throw the ball over the place, down the field, short passes, screens, spread the ball around. The only thing that there were 4 sacks. None of those that I saw were Aaron's fault. There were times he came off a play fake and there was a guy in his face. Maybe some coverage stuff, but it wasn't anything like he's just back there holding the ball forever or whatever. So I'm very encouraged by the way Aaron played. My concern is going to be moving forward, can Aaron take a beating like that every week?
No chance.
Not at that age.
No.
Because some of those, like even when he didn't get sacked, he got hit so hard like he came off the ground. And he's 40-something. And that's not good. But he was efficient throwing the ball, averaging over 8 yards a pass, which is winning football. I would say this. I would say DK Metcalf, probably had a little jitters early. I think he dropped 1 or 2 early.
Yeah.
But give him the ball and just watch out. He called a screen pass, went for like 30. Just some of the things he can do. Calvin Austin, 4 for 70. Pat getting involved. John News were mostly shorter stuff, some of the things they were doing with him, but I think his role will evolve as they go. I thought Coach Smith really had a nice game plan. Play action, spread the ball around, and it'll only get better when you can run the ball because they gave the ball to Jalen 11 times for 37 yards. Not efficient. We had 53 yards rushing. And Gainwell was our next leader. Like you never saw Caleb in there for whatever reason. So my positive is on Aaron. Now let's go. My negative is on the running game. You're supposed to draft linemen and running backs to and trade or pick up Gainwell. You got rid of Naj. You made Jalen. You paid him to be the feature back, and you rushed for 53 yards. That can't sit well. Yeah. The O-line. What's going on in the O-line has to be like pulling hair out because you're running for 53 yards and you've given up 4 sacks. And with all due respect, Broderick Jones looks like a turnstile. Yeah. I mean, it was bad. I don't know how many of the sacks were on him, but it felt like there was a lot of pressure coming from that left side. I know they got a good pass rusher over there. You drafted that guy in the first round. Now, I know you moved him to right, and then you moved him back to left. He's just starting there. But it made me feel like, what are we doing out here? Aaron's going to get destroyed, and so it makes me nervous. The rushing game and the sack game because that goes on the O-line, and they're out there, right? We're not waiting on anybody to come back from injury,
right?
So if that doesn't improve, we're not going to have a quarterback very long, and it's going to be a rough season. We're going to have to readjust our pick'ems. Yeah, we did say that was going to be one to look at going forward. Yep. So.
Yeah, and it's been the concern, I think, when we talk about the offense in the last couple years and the 16 quarterbacks we've gone through or whatever, since you retired, finding this rhythm. I think we're putting pieces in together. I think the hard thing is we don't have enough time to get all the pieces together all at once, and the O-line is probably the last thing we're trying to get to come together and be dominant.
And there is something to be said about Aaron playing for the first time behind these guys.
Sure.
I've talked to linemen. I play with a lot of them, and they block differently depending on who's back there. And I mean that in the sense that, like, okay, some guys are more mobile back there, and so that, when you're blocking, if you've got a mobile quarterback, let's go the other way. If you don't have a mobile quarterback, you know where he is. He's sitting in the pocket, right where he is. He's at like 10 to 12 yards right behind the center. Sometimes you get young guys who get a little happy feet and they start sliding in pockets. So now you're like, okay, is he on my side? Where is he? Sometimes you get a mobile quarterback that you're like, okay, I just got to stay on my guy because I don't know where he is, right? Sure. So when I got in the league, Tommy Maddox was there. Tommy was a less mobile guy, so you knew he was going to sit in the pocket. He's going to deliver. When I came in, all of a sudden the linemen are like, where are you going? I'm blocking here. Why are you running around over there? And Aaron obviously isn't a runner. He's not anymore. I mean, he used to be a great runner. He can run. He's just not as mobile as he used to be. But you should know where he's going to be because he is a veteran guy that's going to sit in that pocket. So I don't think I can use that excuse as you don't know where the quarterback's going to be. Yeah. But maybe they're like Skylar Thompson, right? That they've been blocking so far this year for Skylar and Mason. Sure. Both younger guys, both guys that can get out of the pocket and do some more things. They just got to know that Aaron's going to be sitting there and he's going to deliver the ball. So I need to keep his pocket clean. Sure. So it's just the line. I can't use the excuse that it was, a new quarterback back there for him, because it's not like they went from Aaron was the preseason guy that you knew was going to sit in the pocket to a running quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, for sure. I don't know that we're, or that you're necessarily looking for excuses, more trying to understand the collapse or the inefficiencies.
Yeah.
Man, it's tough to watch, because now we've seen what the offense can do. And so we're like, hey man, we'll put up plus 30 every week if you just give me the time, which is, again, something called in the preseason, right? This is looking at that. We feel like, hey, we might have a shot to do it. To see them actually pull it off is super encouraging for Pittsburgh. And I think when everything clicks, that we have a chance to be a real contender. As a quarterback, though, if you have these inconsistencies in what is arguably the most important unit on the field, how are you managing that? How are you leveraging your leadership to try to get these guys alongside the coaching staff?
The O-line?
Yeah. Like if you were Aaron in that
you got to find, well, Aaron pulled the classic after he got sacked one time. The lineman went to help him up. He's like, really?
Thanks, bud.
Really? I'm just going to give him my own now.
Oh, now you're here?
Yeah, now you want to help me. Classic. Everyone's done it. Well, I'm hoping that the line has enough. Typically, if you've got guys, especially younger guys, that take pride in their work, like that's why I don't know these guys well enough to know, but there was a lot of groups in my day that took enough pride that when they saw you like walking around the next day kind of limping or sore, that they were like, it ate them up enough. If they love and respect Aaron enough, like I knew guys that, Trey, Max, Willie, Juice, Pounce, Moan, I go through a list. Like, they didn't want me to be beat up or hurt, and they took so much pride. I didn't need to say anything to them. Now there were guys you had to be like, hey, like that's like we got to be better, and they needed that. You had guys like that. So I don't know this group well enough to know what that looks like, but I assume that they're going to get chewed out enough by their coach, by Tomlin, and hopefully there's someone on that line that will take pride and say, hey guys, this is unacceptable. Yeah. Whether that's the young buck center, they got some veteran guys. I don't know, but something's got to change.
Yeah, that's what's so interesting, man, because when I look at the talent individually, and I don't know a lot of those guys have had run-ins with some of them. Zach Frazier's an absolute animal. Like, that is the guy I think you want at center. I know Mason McCormick over there, again, absolute animal. I think Isaac is a proven vet. Right, obviously Broderick's been sliding around. We got to figure out what's going on, and I don't know the rest of them to be able to weigh in on that. But I do know you have some pieces that are like, those are the pieces you want, for sure.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I don't disagree, but I don't know their heart.
Yeah, no, for sure. I get that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how many times I said on the show, give me a guy with heart and less talent over more talent and less heart. Yeah. Because you can't measure heart.
Yeah.
And so anyway, I don't know. So that's why I say I don't know. You know how we'll know? Next week.
That's right.
Next week we'll see. Are they coming out and are they like, hey, let's go? Or are they going to be getting beat up on again?
Yeah.
And it may take a little bit of time. Again, we talk about the offense starting a little slow early in the seasons because it's different. And so maybe it'll take a little bit of time for them to gel and mesh together and learn. But I think if anything, there was one time in the game I saw Broderick got beat. Next play, they put Pat over there, double team. Hey, Pat, get a little chip on this guy, help him out. But those are the things that coordinators can do to help.
Yeah.
Aaron can do it. Aaron can slide guys to help. So that's what I think you'll start to see if you're not getting improvements. You'll start seeing some help. Like, let's bring big Darnell Washington in.
Yeah.
Let him block over there. So all in all, after watching this game, definitely some encouraging things. Some discouraging, but not ready to panic. The panic button isn't. We haven't even. Panic button. You got to flip the glass up, do this, and put the key in, turn it, push it.
Yep.
We're not even looking at the button yet.
Oh, nice.
Not even looking at the button yet. O-line, we might be like sliding towards it.
Sure.
But in terms of overall team, we're not even looking at the button. 1-0, that's huge. I think we predicted it. I think that if you were going to what's the best, like temper expectations a little bit or something, you'd be like, well, it's the Jets were supposed to win, so we're a little, we only beat them by 2, and we probably don't beat them if they don't fumble the kickoff. That might be the only thing you can sit there and say, but you scored 34 points. Boz nails it. You got a lot of pieces that you could be really happy with. I would be a little concerned too, and I hate to do this because he's my guy, and I know it's never on him because I hate when people blame the coach for this, but I thought our kickoff coverage was a little lax. They had some good field position throughout the day. Boz, stay away from. Don't even make a tackle, Boz. Just let them go. Don't even think about it. Don't even risk it. One time I saw him, I'm like, oh boy, he's gonna get to Boz. And I know Boz is gonna want to do it, but I'm like, dude,
Don't do it.
don't do it. Don't do it. Boz, why were you tying your shoe? Oh, I didn't know he was coming. Like, don't do it, Boz.
Is that live ball?
Listen, you know what to do if you're Boz, right? You funnel him to the sideline, let Tomlin make the play. Proven. Just saying. We put it on tape, right, Coach? Anyway, so yeah, I don't know if I covered everything that we wanted to cover for the game, and if something else pops into my head,
Yeah. No. I think it's a fair assessment. All right. I think it's a fair assessment. I think the
one sack's not enough either.
Yeah, it was just tough. I think just that front end. Yeah, Smitty got to him, and you're getting pressures. TJ's getting in there to disrupt the ball. Obviously, you want to see it. Is the expectation for the defense too high?
No, if it is, it's on them.
Yeah.
I
don't think so, but I'm saying
they did it. Like in terms of they did it in terms of like the money. Right?
Sure,
when you pay people, the expectation's there.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that they went and said we're the best defense in the I think someone might have said it at one point.
I think you have to think
but
that, right?
The expectation's there just because of the paycheck.
Yeah.
You're not going to pay a quarterback $250 million to go stink.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that our defense stinks.
The Browns will.
Well, they'll pay anybody.
They'll pay anybody. I only say that because it feels like in Pittsburgh the expectation on the defense is, TJ, Alex, Cam, you need to be sacking the quarterback every snap, pick off. You shouldn't have big plays. Which again, we're a defensive, gritty city, so I get that. But
who were you the one that said, or was it? You know who it was? I think it was Brendan because he knows the game so well. I think he was the one that put $100 on Ben Skoranek catching the first touchdown of the season.
Did he really? That'd be hilarious.
Amazing.
That'd be hilarious.
Who thought that was going to happen? Good for you, Ben. Anyway, all right. Well, that's about where I'm at with this. Hopefully the injuries aren't. Oh, hey, Evan.
Oh, ladies.
It's a real show.
Gentlemen.
Evan's here.
It is a real show.
I don't know. Hey,
What's up,
Evan,
bud?
come on in. Hey, welcome to Footballin.
Ooh, boy.
How we doing, folks?
Look at this, Evan. What are you even bringing to the people?
My goodness.
Look at that, folks. Food cam.
Oh. Well, before I chew into this microphone a lot, Evan, perfect timing as always. Tell us before we get started on all the stuff that we're going to do. The family dinner brought to you by none other than Giant Eagle. I can say Eagle. Everyone knows that. Everyone knows Eagle.
You can do it.
Tell us what we have first, and then we're going to jump into a little bit of football talk.
All right, we're going to go from left to right. So closest to you.
Closest to me, okay.
That's General Tso's chicken tenders. Mm-hmm. A little bit of rice there too, just in case.
It's thoughtful.
And then in the middle there, smoked salmon bagel bites.
That's the one that Spence said was going to be really good, and it didn't entice me too much. But
to entice you, I put a little bit of jalapeno on top of some of them.
Oh, jalapeno!
Give you a little spice there.
I'll grab one of those too. It's the only reason I'm grabbing two.
And then pastrami on rye with mustard and a little bit of kettle chips and pickles in the back there.
You gotta love it. You
Not
gotta
a big
love
pastrami on rye guy.
Well,
Really?
No, it's just not my thing.
Are you a big sandwich guy?
I love sandwiches.
What's your go-to sandwich? I'm sorry, Evan, cut you
you're
off.
good.
Bologna.
Really?
I do like
man.
bologna. No, I do like a bologna sandwich.
I got excited.
It's like Polynesian bologna.
Spam.
Evan gifted this to me. The old gochujang spam. This is not sponsored by any of this.
No, I got it from my mom. She bought a big pack of it because she had it the one time and I didn't know where she got it. So
That is the way to a Polynesian's heart. And when you can get the Korean spice on it, it's
even better.
even
I
better.
love it. Well, thank you, Giant Eagle, for supplying this amazing food for Evan to provide for us and our bellies. So we're going to get into this, Evan. But as you came down, we're starting to transition from being 1-0, Steelers big win this week, into Seattle. So we'd like to into this week's game against Seattle. So we'd like to kind of get your take a little bit from the game this week. Maybe I'll hit you just a couple of things that I talked about and get your 2 cents on it, and then we'll catch you a little bit on the Seahawks preview before you get up out of here, okay?
All right.
I was pleasantly surprised sounds like a bad way to say it. I was happy, and I thought Aaron Rodgers played awesome. I thought
agree.
he played well. Was efficient, all that kind of stuff. I thought the receivers played well, considering we didn't know who was going to be in there besides DK. Really, I mean, that's being honest. My Boz is. Do we need to talk about Boz?
No.
I mean,
We already know. Everybody knows.
we know. I don't. Do I have any other positives really? Like just kind of touch on things. But so those are kind of the things I was. Aaron and I thought DK can, when he gets the ball, it's like, whoa, watch out.
Yeah.
Then my concerns were,
I said, oh boy.
were O-line,
Yes.
both running and pass
Passing,
protecting, specifically Broderick.
Oh,
Well, you ain't gotta say that, bro. You ain't gotta make the noise.
everybody already knows.
Yeah, I'm just
Yes,
saying.
it is.
I'm just disgusted.
That's somebody's kid, man.
The
Okay,
run
well.
game, like the running backs, where's the run game? And then, to be honest, the defense made me a little nervous because they were like a little bit of Swiss cheese at times. They're just, it seemed like they were just big gaps and they were picking up the gains. And I don't think we win this game if that fumble on the kickoff happens.
If it doesn't happen?
If it doesn't happen.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
I don't think. You never know, but I don't think.
It just kept bringing flashbacks of the Baltimore game last year. What did Baltimore put up rushing against our
Yeah.
defense there?
182 this week.
Why you gotta bring up old stuff, man? Come
Well, because history repeats itself, and if you don't make a change, you're going to be stuck in the same spot.
on. Ooh, that's deep.
Okay.
Well, every once in a while, I got a good one. That's it, though, for the year.
And scene.
Yep, done.
So, what were your thoughts, Evan? On that?
Offensive line, I agree. Yeah, they weren't very good. Broderick Jones has got to figure it out. I know that Washington went over, or no, I think it was Gainwell. A couple times went over and like chip blocked off that end.
We talked about Pat did after
Yeah.
one sack. It was like the next play. It was like we're putting a tight end over here.
After
Maybe two.
Broderick Jones, like what we could put Washington there though. Mount Washington is a big body, and I think he would help out a lot.
7'3".
I mean, you could have him break off and like Gainwell did, kind of get over their chip, just to give Aaron a little bit more time.
As a lineman, if you see a tight end or a back there helping you out, are you like insulted or grateful?
Well, for this specific lineman, I think it would be relief because it's like, okay, I really don't have to try that hard anymore because I have someone helping me. So I don't know.
Okay.
There was a lot of good talk about him, and Broderick Jones. I don't know if I've
That
seen.
he played well.
No. That he was supposed to be
I
like.
gotcha.
And I get it. Last year he played on the right side, but his natural side is the left side. So again, it's the first game, so I don't want to be too hypercritical. Although I can't really help myself. Again,
Understood.
but running backs, I don't.
We spent the offseason for the run D and run O.
Yeah.
And a run O was non-existent.
Yeah, I didn't. Even when the backs did get out there, they were dropped pretty quickly. There wasn't many, fast breaks or long yardage from that. But defense, again, I mean, I could go on all day. About
Reason
that.
for concern there, though,
billion-dollar
or just
defense.
like $1 billion, or just like, okay, first game. When are you passing? When are you going to actually judge? How many weeks? If we see the same thing this week and Seattle comes in here, I think playing at home will help. But coming in, because I think too, I said this, I think having a dual threat quarterback is harder to play against, right? Because he can the zone read, he can pull. Like, listen, when Sam Darnold runs a zone, we might as well just let him run because he's gonna get 2 or 3 yards. Like,
Correct. Yeah. I didn't.
Something to that.
I never thought of it, that way as the covering the dual threat quarterback. So I mean, that does. We can give him another week, but
yeah,
I mean, as much hype is always behind that defense, and then
put the hype on him.
There's a lot of big names on there, but not a lot of big plays, I don't think. Jalen Ramsey had a good one there at the end.
Ooh.
I'm sure you guys already talked about that.
Hit stick. I didn't talk about that.
No.
That was awesome.
Got me up out of my seat.
Yeah, tell that story.
You hop out of the beanbag quick?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What else happened?
I get very excited, and then I have to reel it in pretty quickly because, I have no bearings on the game, and, but at the same time, I'm fully engulfed in the game, and when a bang bang play happens, I'm going to let you know about it. You're going to know one way or another.
All right. Well, good. Well,
And then not too many injuries, though, right? I don't think.
What happened with JPJ?
Who knows?
and me, Elliot, right? What happened
Elliot.
to Elliot?
Oh, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
Did he come back?
No, a little bird just told me that there was a Steeler signing today.
You have birds?
Whoa.
Yeah. I don't know if I
was
should
it?
break it. Jabril Peppers.
Interesting.
Yep. Played for Cleveland and then
Yeah.
New England.
Interesting.
So that might mean that Deshaun Elliott, his injury is a bit more than,
He just got released, didn't he, though? Why did he get released from the New England?
I don't know.
Pittsburgh, a place that veterans go to die.
And today, breaking news, the Steelers just got a little bit older.
Yeah. Well, speaking of that, I know we're running this segment long. Is there any, what's your thoughts? Because there has been some rumblings of Tyreek Hill coming here. What would you do? What would you think about that?
Not much.
Yeah or
I
nay?
don't think.
You want it or don't want it?
I don't think I do.
Do you need him?
I think Calvin Austin has
man.
stepped into that role.
You don't have time to throw the ball down the field.
Yeah. Not yet. Maybe week 3 we
What
will.
are we doing? Okay, let's. I have not done this yet, so I'm just going to we'll get 2 cents from you. Seahawks preview. My little thing is I thought Sam Darnold was more efficient than I expected. Nothing special, but I thought he was only a product of Kevin O'Connell. But I thought he was efficient, so we'll see what happens. I think it'll be a different ball game coming here, though. The kid Jackson Smith, don't know how to say his last name, the receiver. He's a rookie, I think, from Ohio State. He went off for 100 and some big yards again. Cooper Kupp didn't do much, which I think could be a little, for whatever reason. You got 2 guys like that, and they only had 1 sack, or we only had 1 sack. That makes me nervous. So I don't know what to think, but what's your thoughts on Seattle coming in?
I like that it's not a dual threat quarterback. I didn't see any of Seattle's game. I don't know how their run game is. As for the wide receivers, Cooper Kupp and Jackson Smith and Jigba.
And Jigba, thank you, Steve.
Yes.
Where were you when I was struggling?
I didn't want to interrupt.
Come on, bro. You were here. You seen him.
I know, but I didn't want to
Seen him?
I didn't
Hey,
want to.
man. Why you let me drown?
You see
Didn't
me-
want to bother you. Didn't want to bother you.
You know, well, next time I will. I
Don't
will
interrupt.
See, this is what I mean. This is what I'm dealing with.
Excuse me.
1 second. I would get a little bell that I could ring so everyone knows.
Start raising our hand.
Yeah.
Can I go to the bathroom?
So I'm pretty excited. I look to see more from the defense, a little more cohesion. Offensive line has got to step up too.
Yeah.
We've already said that. I'm just repeating myself now.
You're good. Well, thank you, Evan.
Thank you.
Appreciate the food. Thank you, Giant Eagle, for providing the food, for having to cook for us to put in our bellies. We are very appreciative of it. So thank you for your insight, and we will plan on seeing you next week.
I'll be here.
All right.
Yeah. And if you guys want to cook along with Chef Evan, you can do that because all of these recipes are in the cookbook. Cookbook Volume 2. I swear I use words for a living. It's Footbahlin Cookbook Volume 2. It's available right now. The link is in the description. Go ahead and get you some.
And we could be eating this together if you were eating it right now, like us.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, actually, you'd be eating it later, but it'd feel like we're eating at the same time.
Yeah.
Because this is early, and you'll be eating later. You got it. All right. You get that?
Yep.
All right, Evan. See ya. Thanks.
Enjoy.
See ya. This is really good, by the way. I mean, when isn't it good?
Thanks, Ev. You're the best.
It's got a nice spice to it. All right.
Yeah,
General Sauce?
yeah.
Good.
That's spicier than I expected, but just as spicy as I wanted it to be. What'd you think about that? You didn't. The jury's still out on the salmon bites. You're like,
They're
okay,
very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, the little cream cheese or something on it's very good.
The jalapeno addition made it way better.
Really nice. Yeah. People, try it. I promise you. But like any good show, any good family dinner, we got to talk about the family a little bit. Are we done? Are we done with the Seahawks preview? I don't really have much else to say other than I think it'll be a way different ball game. Coming home, snap count, cadence, all that kind of stuff. I am still fully anticipating us moving to 2-0.
Me too. Who's their coach?
I think it's a newer guy.
See, there we go. That should tell you how invested we are in this preview. Excuse me. There you go. Yeah, I don't see that unless they just open the floodgates in week 2, Seattle. I don't know that. I don't know that it's going to be anything crazy. I think I'm more concerned about what we do than what they do.
Yeah. It'll be good. We'll see what happens. Again, 2-0. Feel confident.
Yeah. So that being said, you had mentioned earlier in this episode that you didn't get time to watch a whole lot of games. It's because you were jet setting. You were a busy man this week. You were all over the place.
Been crazy.
Yeah.
We'll wrap this family dinner up, let people know kind of what's been going on. Because, a lot of people don't care about this, so they just tune out.
Well, that's a nice
But
hoodie.
the family stays to learn about the crew cup. So earlier in the week, last week, I guess, was part of the crew cup. I think we talked about it on the show a little bit, right? I talked about like being the captain against Captain Drew Brees. And it was a big deal. We're at Pinehurst number 2, and it's 4 days of golf, Ryder Cup style. My team versus his team. A lot of good golf being played, and so I'm happy to say that Team Roethlisberger took Brees to the deep end of the pool, took him down.
Hey.
We got to celebrate. So I got my first crew cup win. Steph Curry got his first crew cup win. Yeah, there's a lot of guys that got their first one. So super excited. Thanks, Bennett, and all the people associated with this. Chad Spencer, you're the best. So many great people. Ryan Smith, that are just a part of this thing. So it's just something that I look forward to every year. It's funny because I usually pick up a golf club like every day almost, and I haven't picked up one since I got back because I'm just like, you know what? Everything was prepping for that.
Oh, okay.
And so I feel pretty good. I'm gonna golf tomorrow, but anyway, so that's why I went there, did that, and then Benjamin and the family were up in New York, in Rochester, New York, for his Junior PGA League thing. We talked about that. This was the regionals. The one that they win, they go to Frisco for the nationals like they did last year. So I got to go right up there and catch their. They played on Sunday, was their final round. And I got up there on Saturday night and got to watch them play their final round on Sunday. And they played absolutely great. Him and the rest of his team, I don't really like to air the kids' names out on this thing right away, but they all played really, really well. And they won. So we're going back to the Nationals in Frisco, Texas in November. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Super excited for them. Just a great, great group of kids. There's 8 of them on the team. So, again, I just said I wasn't going to air anybody out, but I guess I should shout out all their names. Benjamin, Brooke. Well, let's say if I screw this up, we're going to edit this out. Preston, Bentley, Caitlin, Nico, Jake, and Eli.
Hey.
Got them all. Yeah, so congratulations to all you guys. A lot of fun. Coach Adam at DR, who is their coach, and Tanner. So a lot of fun to see their smiles, and it's going to be a great time. So, yeah, that's kind of been, and then we drove back from there. So it's been a crazy weekend, which is why I haven't watched much football.
Yeah.
But it's been fun.
All I heard was just winning all weekend.
It's been a lot of
You
fun.
winning, Jam winning,
Steelers
winning.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what that means? You can't lose another golf match for the rest of the football season. We're going full superstition.
We set it up.
We're going full superstition. All right. So on the way out here, we have the last beer. It's the Maximus Colossal IPA. It's 9%.
Of course it is.
That's this big boy right here. On the way out.
It doesn't taste like 9.
No. That's the problem with Lagunitas. And it's probably not a problem. They just probably have really good brewers over at Lagunitas.
That's actually pretty good.
I give you those heavy ones, but
No, couldn't handle that, Justin.
yeah, that's true.
Anyway.
Pants too tight. Pants too tight.
Thank you, Evan, for cooking. Thank you, Spence, for hosting. Thank you, Lagunitas, for your beer that we got to try that you didn't send in, but we got to try. And thank you to Giant Eagle for the family dinner and the food and everything. Congratulations, Steelers. Congratulations, Steeler Nation. Congratulations to all of my team in the Crew Cup. Congratulations to Benjamin's team in their PGA Junior League. We look forward to this Sunday against the Seahawks. See what happens. Hopefully we'll be talking about another win here next Tuesday. Mm-hmm. So anything on the way out, Spence?
God bless everybody.
God bless. We'll see you when we see you.